Hello my dear students, welcome back to our channel Karnataka. In this video I'm going to talk about one very important thing is what should be in the notes of any KCET aspirant of 2027. Means how to actually make a note which will help me do my revisions better, or better recollection will come from those type of notes. Means what is right, what works, and what is to be avoided and not to be wasted time upon. A very simple clarity we need, means what should be there in our notes and what should not be there in our notes. Okay, so if you think this problem actually resonates with you, means if you find this useful, do not forget to simply like this session and subscribe to our channel if you are an aspirant for KCET examination of 2027. Right, so let's start the video right away. Means of course, what do I need, what works for me is basically my requirement of any note is what I should be able to revise from it. I should not look for different types of notes or take other notes which is not relevant to me. Okay, so our note goal is to revise before examination. Okay, whether it is my unit test, whether it is my midterms, whether it is my preparatory, or it is my boards or KCET. So whatever notes I'm making, I should be able to revise for that notes. Let's say I'm writing a mock test of certain chapters. I should be able to revise for those chapters. Getting it? And what is the copied version? Basically, we have copied everything which is there in the book or in the class, everything that I've kept in the notes itself. Okay, so we have to avoid that. Let's look at the right way to make the KCET notes. Okay, now, so if you look, as I mentioned, the purpose is what? Notes are for revision, not for learning itself. Learning is the classroom. Whenever you're in a classroom, whenever you're watching a lecture, you're learning over there. But for notes, what you're going to do, what you learned over there, how quickly you can revise from that, that's the purpose. Okay, or how clearly you can revise from that, that's the purpose. What are the do's and don'ts? Let's look at don'ts first. Don't rewrite the entire NCERT. Why would you do that? It'll be waste of time, and I'm telling you, it will not be useful to you. Okay, next, copy every classroom explanations. Whatever has been taught in the class, copying every single thing line by line will not be really difficult to go through. Right, every solved example, make decorative notes, making it too designed. Okay, you're writing notes for any particular chapter, it's taking you 1 week to complete it. That's too much, right? So now, but what you should do, capture only revision worthy info. So if I'm learning a concept, let's say I'm learning inverse of a matrix, what is important over there? Inverse of the matrix is existing only for square matrix. Second, we'll move on to non-singular matrix. What is the meaning of non-singular? It is going to be determinant not equal to 0. Okay, then how you find inverse formula and how to multiply in the multiplication of matrix. You go always row to column, and if we can, one example of 3x3 matrix that completes this concept revision altogether. Will not try to add anything else or any other calculation, not required. Okay, so capture only revision worthy info, reduce revision time. End goal should be whatever notes you have made for the topic, the time taken to revise that note should be as small as possible. Okay, help yourself recall quickly, means those concepts should help you. Means if I look at some pointers of any particular notes, it should help me recall the classroom. That's how it should be. So write in terms of pointers, point 1, point 2, point 3, and like that. Okay, so help you recall because the more the better your recall ability is there, you'll be of course certainly much faster in question solving of KCET, right? Because recall is important. Memory though you can keep mugging up. Okay, but the point is, can you recall it within 1 second, within 2 seconds? Those formulas, those keys or concepts. If you can, your answer solving, your question solving becomes much better. Okay, so if you can revise entire chapter in 10 to 15 minutes, that's what should be our goal. Next, the perfect KCET notes structure. What is that? The core concept, as I mentioned, non-singular matrix is important for inverse of a matrix. Okay, a formula sheet, all important formulas should be there. Means you should have all the formulas at one place, but it should also be highlighted with what are the important formula for KCET, for boards, like that. KCET PYQ patterns. When you're solving PYQ, see what questions are repeated more often. Basically, let's say in the questions of boards, second PUC boards, I'll find questions of domain range repeated a lot, sir. Questions of principal value branch repeated a lot, sir. If I'm looking for questions of KCET, I'll find equation questions repeated a lot, sir. So my point is, once you're solving PYQs of any type, sir, why are you talking about boards right now? Because for KCET, board also is important. Okay, so if you are solving any type of PYQ, KCET PYQ, try to understand the pattern and mark it, frequently asked concepts, whatever is repeated, please mention it very clearly. mistakes and exceptions. While doing a question, we keep making mistakes. For example, we forget about, when multiplying, we make sign mistakes, right? When we are doing some problems, we forget the properties of determinant, let's say. We can forget about domain, where it is, closed, where it is open. All those things that can be my mistake, so I'll list it down, okay? And final revision box means one page summary for the exam, okay? Means we'll refine it at the end, one page. Once the chapter is over, this is I have to revise and my summary is done, because the night before examination you cannot revise every single page, but that one page you can revise, correct? This is my perfect thing. Now, for all of you who are preparing for KCET 2027, we have launched a full year batch which is called Pariksha Veera. The batch already began from 6th of July. So if you have joined, if you're not joined yet, you're already behind. So try to join it as soon as possible, because the faster you join, you'll have less backlogs, and whatever chapters have been done, since we still have time before KCET, those chapters, even though you should feel that, sir, today if I'm joining already 1 month late, already 15 days late, but trust me, if you join little bit more later, okay, because you'll need this, you'll be not able to find a batch so good, which is, look at the offerings of this batch, second PUC, KCET, all is there, and each subject gets 110 hours of live lectures. And if you do this, let's say, if you join something like this after 3 months, after 2 months, after a month, you'll have more backlogs to cover. So still we have, even though the classes begin from 6th July and 15 days are already gone, but still it is possible, very much possible to get, cover those backlogs. Okay. So if you can, try to join this particular Pariksha Veera batch as soon as possible and start your learning journey with us. Okay. The full PU2 syllabus and KCET readiness in 110 plus hours per subject. Then you get 20 plus tests for part and full length tests for KCET 2027 till the examination. You get teachers, notes and assignments, unlimited DPP generators provided in the Vedantu app, the web platform on, you can just simply download the application from Play Store, start accessing the course right away. The fee is 3499. We have kept it reasonable, so you all can afford it. You all can actually learn from us. Okay, great. This is the information about Pariksha Veera batch. Let's move on to the very important question for all the math student, which is formula sheet. Okay, write every important formula of the chapter. This is of course a must, right? You have to write all the formulas, all of it. However silly, however small it is, you have to mention. Okay. Next, the highlight. There should be clear highlight of what are the important ones for the KCET, important ones for the boards. Okay, so you have to use a different color pattern or border to make a differentiation of this is the most important ones, most repeated ones, most application based ones for the exam point of view. Okay, mark standard results. Some of the results, for example, I keep telling you in my regular classes, even though it's not a formula, but the results can be saving us time in CET examination, right? So make sure that you should mark some standard results. It's not a formula, but results are important. For example, root of 1 plus sin x. What is the answer? There's no formula, but usually what is the result? It is cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2. Okay, so those things we can remember. Mention domain and restrictions. Means whatever the domains are, where it is open, where it is closed, please mention that. Because sin inverse of sin x is not always x, it's always true in principal value branch. They do try to trick you by giving some other answers. You cannot use that always. Okay, so remember the domain and the restriction on the given formula. Please mention over there. Include identities and special cases. So if you have some special cases, some special identities, special formulas, mention that in the formula sheet. One page, one place where you get all your formula related problems solved, and make it or your own. Okay, during revision your eyes should instantly find this most important formulas if you have done it by yourself. Okay, great. Learn from the PYQs. As I mentioned, solve the PYQs, find the repeated concepts and find the repeated formulas and add them in the notes. As simple as that. Inverse of matrix, determinant properties, elementary operations are the highlights of these two chapters. So we'll write that in the PYQ pattern. Okay, this, and if possible, write one example each category just to revise quickly over there. Okay, so learn from the PYQs, and this is very, very important. Maintain a mistake log. If you go and check with toppers how they are able to achieve those high scores is by making sure understanding what is the mistakes they're making in their mock test and how can they improve, what time they have to allocate for that mistakes to get better. Are those mistakes from maths, chemistry, physics, biology, and what type of mistakes are those? Are those mistakes in the time of just bubbling the questions, or is it because They're forgetting the domain ranges. They're forgetting, of course, they'll not forget domain and ranges. Some formulas they missed, some conceptual error that they have. So all that should be logged. Forgot domain. Few examples over here. My error log. Forgot domain restriction of in sine inverse function or maybe sec inverse function. Okay. Applied wrong formula. Yeah, in the identities, I was thinking it'll be sine inverse of 2 sine inverse of x formula, but it was maybe in terms of cos, in terms of tan. Okay. Sign mistakes in calculation. Okay. Ignored special cases, unit conversion error. All this can be, or different type of error can be there when you're solving a question. So please maintain a mistake log, error log. Okay. As part of your notes. Every mock test should improve your notes. Every time you're practicing, your notes should get better. Okay. Yes. And it has to be updated. All right. Now, this is the 15 minutes revision test. So this test will let us know whether my notes are good for me or not. If your notes can I revise it for a chapter? Can I revise that note in 10 to 15 minutes? Means if a lecture of 2 hours is there, okay, can I revise that lecture through my notes in 15 minutes? If I can do that, then yes, it is an excellent notes. Otherwise, you have to remove long theory passages, repeated information, extra short examples, unnecessary explanations. You have to remove all these things to make it worthy, to make it, and of course, it should have all the important content. I already mentioned it to you. Let's look them one more time. It should be short, organized, formula focused, PYQ focused, updated after every mock, easy to revise more than once. So this should be the right way to make any exam notes and to make KCET and PU2 boards notes. Okay, so I hope this made clear how you should make notes in mathematics. Anything you have to add, don't forget to do that in the comment section. If you actually found this session useful, put that also in the comment section. It'll give me more energy to come back with and finding more such sessions which can help you in your preparation and prepare more such sessions which can help you in the preparation of your KCET 2027. And if you like this class, do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe our channel for more such informative sessions, for more such helpful session. I always keep saying in all the classes, if you are coming on our platform, I'm going to make sure that you get value added in each of the classes. That is my promise. Okay, any other complaints or any other query, put that in the comment section. That's all yours. We'll see you in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye bye.